Good morning. Some quick thoughts here before I go in my trip. Uh, I had a thought, but usually while I'm talking, I expand and I connect the thought with something else, something, I don't know, knowledge from somewhere else or knowledge, my own knowledge from some time ago. So if I look at different creatures created by aliens or gods or whatever, and they are built with a DNA, and the DNA tells those creatures how to function, how the body looks like, and according to those, the body uses the senses and is looking around in the environment and is staying adapted to the environment. So that's part of the survival. But if I look at the humans have the intellect. So a sort of intelligence that they can modify the environment, they can do extra things beside the survival which is written into their DNA. And that could be good because leads to human discoveries and progress and learning and stuff, but could be also not very good because once the humans start copying things from those who have interest to alter the environment for their own gain, like greedy people are pushing the societies and communities to do things subtle, to do things in a way that they make money, because it's all about making more, making big, eating more and stuff for those people. And these followers, which does the society design, my cats are fighting or doing something funny. Uh, the society is designed to have a higher percentage of followers than leaders, and these followers are falling into those financial traps, and now you see families trying to survive, and you see a larger and larger number of families when both partners have to take a job or even two jobs in order to provide for their offsprings and in order to live into an area where they think that it gives them better life. But that's just because they are followers. They follow trends, and if everyone wants a house, a bigger house or a car or something, they think, I need that, I want that. And if I look at woman design, the woman way of thinking is that's supposed to be a way of thinking. The women are designed to give birth and give love and teach love to their offsprings. So it's not only their main quality or main characteristic written in the DNA, is part of the firmware, like a deep code that makes them who they are. But also they have their own talents, like talents related to social things, like teaching kids how to love, teaching kids how to hunt, how to survive, how to connect. Things, like I said, related to people. If I look at men, they have talents and desires to do things that provide, make them provider. Even someone wants to become a pilot, and it might not appear to be related to humans, but that helps the humanity move forward in their search for answers and discoveries and growth and live better or something like that. So some talents are copied from the environment, some talents are copied from the society that pushes something. Let's say someone is inventing a method of transportation to Mars, then there are going to be invented a number of things that need to be done in order to transport people to Mars. Now new jobs are coming, and some people say, "Yeah, I would love to do that job," but maybe it's because it pays, or maybe because uh, it's part of what they want to do, really what they want to do. So going back to this woman who are being forced out of the house to go out and bring food, be provider. So most of them, when they disconnect from their kids, they are not only lose the contact with the kids for 8 hours, 10 hours a day, but also love. It's a feeling, an emotion that has to be maintained. And they go at the workplace, they build up stress if they don't like it, especially if it's not something, a job that is meant for their genetic, according to their genetics. It's nothing related to interacting with humans, like doing customer service, being soft, loving, and caring. Most of these jobs are how to make money for the company and pay some money to this employee, which is the woman. And this woman suffer, internally suffer, and when they come back home, they don't have time for love for their offsprings. So that's a category, and a sad type of category. You see these working women working in the factories, working in the production facilities, working into offices, doing jobs that they don't like. Uh, so it's nothing about love. So they stopped practicing love, and they might have some love when they get home, and when they lose the connection with the feeling, the emotion of love, when they come home, you have a grumpy husband because he also have to work hard. You have kids who don't care because they found the love and the fake entertainment on their cell phones. And you have situations where people argue because, like I said, they kind of lost the sense of what's the really love. And arguments make those kids to learn a behavior, learn a reality, because the parents have the power to build the reality of their offsprings. Then later the school, it does that, and school does that according to what the society wants. What the society wants more and more production goods that comes to their door quick and fast. They want someone to provide for their older generations. So that's the school job, is not to teach the kids love and to how to discover their own talent. That talent is what they are meant to be here on this planet. And now I was trying to talk about those women who not are not pushed out of the house because they have to. They want to get out of the house and get a job because they want to prove a point. They want to prove that they can be independent, financially independent. They can be good as men. So what they do, they work against their genetics. And I'm not saying that women are supposed to cook all day long and handle the crates and clean up after the kids. It's not that what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that this woman I'm talking about are copying a trend that's is very obvious in the last couple of years, when the women movement make other women, young women, to copy that style. So a long time ago, women, they copied the style that was uh, kind of around those years, when women, work around the tent, around the nest, around the cave, and they pass on that type of attitude, and they thought but it did fit, it did, it kept the society moving forward. So kept them surviving, kept them loving each other, because love is also a feeling of connection that helps people survive, keeps a bond. And now, and also it helps them to stay healthy, because I explained in different video, because love, it's an emotion that generates certain biochemistry in the body, which helps immune system, helps the body to regenerate and heal and repair. So it's a very complex emotion that was written in the DNA by the designer, by the gods, because without it, people get sick. People have to do something else. And these days, when the society have uh, this type of pressure on people, pressure to do more, and the society puts stress because everyone wants faster and faster and faster, because it feeds the greed of people and feed the greed of other people above them who handle the society and act like a puppeteer, pulling some strings and making everyone dance the way they want, and these guys make lots of money. So these puppets, these little followers who don't know what's going on around, they they go to work, they do whatever, they buy the stuff, they buy the crap, they follow the trends, they buy the latest, because they are seeking a pleasurable or a good emotion, and they think, oh, that is what I'm looking for, is what I need. Oh, the latest iPhone, the latest iWatch, the latest big screen TV and stuff that give me that emotion. But actually, they are seeking love, because they were not taught love. What's the real love? So if they were not taught what's the real love from their parents, because their parents had to work hard, hard, hard to feed those greedy people who come from generations and generations, those old rich families, they pop up some offsprings and they pass the wealth and they pass the attitude, and they say, yeah, I'll show you how you manipulate the society, how you manipulate the stupid and the naive, the followers, so you make a good living, a good life, right? So then everyone else who's follower and is trying to survive and make the ends meet, then what happens? They don't get the sense of love, and they pass this attitude, they pass it to their offsprings, and now you have new generations like millennials and stuff who, yeah, I think I know what knows love, because love used to mom used to love me, and yeah, I think I know. But when they see something more appealing, like some Facebook movies and Facebook screen ads or whatever, you will see the parents talk to those kids, and the kids are looking in the cell phone screen, because it's more tempting to get the feeling, the emotion from that screen, or chat with a friend instead of connecting with the parents. So the parents' job is to learn love, but how you learn love when you don't learn it from your parents, who were busy providing, who were busy working hard to feed the greed? How you do that? How you learn that? So one way, you go to church. You go to church and you learn love for God. So, but it has to be a right church, right environment, right priest who give you that collective love sense, feeling. Because some people just go to church and oh, yeah, I love God, I pray, yeah, that's the way, yeah. But they don't feel it. They don't connect, because they don't have a leader in the church who teach them how to sense, how to feel that love, how to feel connected. And they expect, yeah, yeah, I think God helps me, God hear me. Anyway, so going back to those women who take those jobs because they want to prove the point, they want to have the last word in any conversation. Those are part of the control freak attitude, and they learn from their mom or from their parents. And if they didn't learn it, maybe they learn it from the society. And it's a lot. Like I said, it's a movement. When women want to be independent, want to fight the men, is like men are the enemies. No, men are there to help you, and you are there to help men, and together you build a family. to be together. You build a relationship. You are not marrying the guy to have sex, and then later when your body does not desire, because that's the design for a woman, is like a flower. She's blooming and she's beautiful, she's attractive, and the body wants her nest, which is her womb, wants a child, and she has to be happy in order for her nest to be happy. This is an idea, I got it from some guy with a nest, which is cool idea. Some guy from internet. And so if the nest is happy because the mind is happy, yeah, the child is coming. Yeah, so uh, but later, when the body senses that the nest is not able to procreate because it's too old, the genetics tell them, you know what, yeah, you're done, around 45, 50 something years old, then the sexual part kind of fades, the libido fades. And now this woman who did not experience the real love with their partner because they did not learn from their moms or from their parents, now they become who they are, and they don't sense that the man has a role in the house, something. So, and you see arguments, you see lots of divorces. And where do those divorces happen? Usually in the North American continent, where the greed is at the peak, at the highest levels. And I don't know if it might make sense, but you see these industrialized societies, and you look at how many women work into those societies when compared to, let's say, another country like India or China. But India mostly, it's a huge population, or other Asian countries where it's a less percentage of women taking a job, unless they have to. But they fulfill their role as a providing love to their offsprings. And if you look at this woman who, like I said, because they have a big mouth in the North American continent or these developed countries, the woman going to work, woman trying to prove a point or whatever, uh, the man loses his significance in the house as a provider. And this woman, once they have financial freedom, because they can provide, they can prove a point, put the guy down if they want to. And they bully the guy, and they can manipulate the guy. And the guy loses the male significance, and he loses the mental power of making him think, you know what, I'm responsible for providing for the house. I'm the only one. Um, I'm the guy in the house. I have the power, not only the physical strength, but the capacity of being provider. But now, when the woman provides, he feels like, okay, she wants to take some of my responsibilities. Okay, go ahead, yeah, do that. Like I said, if she doesn't have to, but if she does go to work just because she wants to compete, and when a woman is competitive like that with a guy, she is going to compete for the kids' love. She's going to compete for any other things. At some point, for resources, if they don't really have any connection anymore, and they split. So that's kind of a overview. And now the kids see the tensions there, and they learn that behavior. They learn that that's their reality. And you will see these kids shy. They can't socialize because they don't learn love. So how you have a woman who's supposed to, or who is designed to provide love, and now you have her mental capacity in providing love and focus into how to love the offsprings and a husband, when she takes that mental capacity, which is limited, is like a ball of energy, let's say, and share it with a workplace where she has to spend 8 hours, 10 hours a day sharing that energy with a workplace, pleasing the boss, pleasing the co-workers, playing politics or whatever doing there at the workplace. And if it's a stressful workplace which require lots of mental power, how, and if the woman doesn't really love that workplace, but she wants to prove at that point and she's determined to make sure she is independent financially, she can show that she is good as guys, she is proving that she can compete with the guys at work because she is super feminist or whatever, how you think that she has enough mental power to convert it into love when she comes back home to share with her husband or with the kids? So the kids don't have enough love, so they don't grow with a feeling of what is love. And you see these kids being shy, being not very socially connected, because if they don't have enough love for themselves, it's not enough to give others. So you don't want to connect. If you don't have a love for others, I mean for yourself, for sure you don't have love for others. So you see this woman who, like I said, very competitive, trying to compete with their man. They pass also an attitude to their kids. You know, that's supposed to be as a woman. That's, you are supposed to be tough. You are supposed to go get stuff. You know, and it's confusing for the kids. It's really confusing. What's my role here? How to learn? How to love myself? So, but if you see those women who love themselves, who understand that, you know, their attitude and actions are being passed on to their offsprings, those women are wise, not smart. Smart is different thing than wise, than wisdom. So in any case, there were a couple of thoughts. I kind of fogged it up, I mixed it up, but I have to take care of my sausages. I'm talking about the one in a I have a crate on the stove, so I have to go. Bye bye.